I says, welcome back to One Name Sports. And today we're going to look into my preferred transfer strategy if I was the sporting director for Man U for this summer. I'm going to look into, we're rumored with everybody. But based on how things are, this is how I feel the money should be spent, best used in order to upgrade the squad so that we can close that gap between us and Man City. I still think the best way to do that is to get rid of the coach. But still, looking at personnel, these are my suggestions. And without further ado, we're going to get right into it. All right, starting off, we're going to talk about these players that we are rumored with and our needs. Our biggest needs right now in the squad is we need a striker, true number 9, because Cavani gave us, half a good season and he wanted to leave because of the whole racism row. And we have him on borrowed time again until next year, and he's probably going to leave. Martial just isn't it, so we need somebody that's going to compete long term with Martial. So the two that we are rumored with right now is Gerard Moreno, and I think we should look in on Andre Silva as well, just because he's Portuguese, he's young. He's firing, so he can develop that connection with Bruno, and we can go forward with that partnership. He's also cheaper. Our next place that we should be looking at is somebody to partner Maguire or take his spot. I don't know, but that defensive leader, because I don't know, it's not a big priority, but I don't trust between Bailly and Lindelof. There's a mistake in them all the time. So I'll say if it's between Varane and Pau Torres, whoever we can get. I know Real Madrid are probably going to try to slap a price tag on him, something crazy, but he has 1 year left on his contract, so I feel like Pau Torres and Varane would be available for the same amount. I'd take either one of them. And then our last one, our marquee signing, we're rumored between Sancho and Kane. Sancho last summer cost what Kane does now on the short end, which is about 150. Saying we can get Sancho now for about 80 plus bonuses, it's gonna come up to 100. I feel like that's the better buy. I love Kane. I'd love to have Kane in the team, but Levy's not really trying to sell to competition, and he knows what's going to happen to Tottenham if they lose Kane. So they're looking at, 150 plus, maybe 200, some Mbappe, Neymar numbers for somebody. And I don't think, man, you should really be spending that on anybody. So to me, a perfect transfer window would be, Varane as the marquee sign. Sancho as the marquee signing. Varane on the cheap if we can get him for 45, maybe 50. And then Andre Silva, if we can get him for about the same 45, 50. 3 big signings that should close the gap between us and City. And, we give Cavani the Igalo treatment, or give Martial the Igalo treatment. It really doesn't matter to me. But yeah, those would be my signings right now. In terms of strategy, I feel like big teams, I've said this in multiple videos, big teams score early. Big teams also do transfers early. Look at what Barcelona's doing. Look at Liverpool. Like, they're addressing needs before the Euros, because one or two things can happen. The player that you want can go to Euros and light it up, and all of a sudden the teams that own him is going to up that price, or they get injured. You know what I'm saying? Get your dealings done early. I'd love for us, if we're going to make the marquee signing, for example, if we're going to do Sancho, get him done before Euros start, because Sancho can go there and light it up. You know what I mean? I want to get him in, everything. When he comes from Euros, he should know, like, it's a full move. Like, you leave in the Euros to move back to England. For him, if he's the marquee signing. And, yeah, everyone else, because it's not such a big need, you can kind of wait to kind of see. We also want to sell early. Pogba, get him out of there. He made it known through his agent that he is not signing an extension with Man U. So guess what? Time to go. If we can get a 40 or 50 and that can cancel out the price for a Varane or for a Pau Torres, then let him go. Let him go. Speaking of Raiola, no deals with any players that has Raiola as their agent. I don't care how good they are. I'm sorry, Haaland. I don't care if they were offering him for $30 million. I don't want Raiola involved in my club at all. He is poison to whatever you're trying to do. Speaking of selling as well, Jay Lings, love you, but you can go. Please, West Ham, put up the $35 million for him. Take him over there. That's somebody you want in Europe. He was such a big difference maker that the players that you bought in Benrahma and Bowen had to ride the bench because Lingard was doing such a great job. You see there's chemistry there. Give us that money again. That can be used to offset the price for Andre Silva or a Gerard Moreno. So those two can go and give us some cash back. Now, we have a couple people that are around the cusp that are coming back from loan that I don't have much confidence in as well. Tahi Chung, I'd say give him another season, loan him out again. This time I'd send him to his home country of Netherlands, see if he can light up for a Heerenveen or a AZ or something like that. Pereira, sorry, it's time for you to go. You got loaned out to Lazio and you're not doing anything. So, try to go back to Spain or something like that and rebuild your career. Goodbye for that. Phil Jones, I couldn't believe it when I saw that he's contracted until like 2023 or something like that. But he can definitely go. I know he's injury prone, but if we can get $5 million for him just to get his contract off the books, goodbye. I also saw recently that we're looking to maybe extend with Mata, only if he's willing to take a reduced contract. I'm not paying Mata $130,000, $140,000 a week to ride the bench for 90% of the season. That's not going to work for me. But if he's willing to take a 60, 70 and stay in Man U colors, sure, I'm willing to take that. Now, we're going to look at these academy players, and there's a lot of them. I already started off talking about Chung. I said another loan for him. Gardner was doing a great job as well. I think we should cash in on Gardner. Give a sell with maybe a buyback option, first refusal, 40% sell-on fee, whatever combination of those, and let him go. Palestri, I don't know. I'd say loan him out again. He looked good in some of the highlights that I was seeing him at Alaves. So I don't know. It's tough because he isn't really connected to the Man U squad at the moment. And with some of the other players that I'm saying to loan out, it would be kind of tough. Elanga, I want him loaned out. I want him either at a team that's coming up, promoted, or going to the championship and seeing what he really can do with a full season of ball game under his wings. So I'd love to see Elanga loaned out. Same thing goes from Mengi. Mengi, he got a couple games and then he got injured. So I'd give him some game time. Send him out on loan, let him go light up the championship, and then we can decide next summer what we want to do with him. Now, a couple of the other players that I haven't mentioned, they should be being integrated more into the team, but that's a problem with our manager again. I feel like Jallo that we bought should be getting more game time. Sure, Atire should stay with the U23s. He's only like 17 years old, so you can have more time there. But Hannibal should definitely be, introduced on the bench, playing cup games and stuff like that. You have to start, but you can't just be telling them, oh, you can train with the main team and you lighten up U23s. You have to start using them. These players will go elsewhere in order to get game time. So I'd love to see, especially if we go with the strategy of selling Lingard and selling Pereira, then there's definitely a room for being a backup for Hannibal. The Jallo signing as well, just a quick note. Jallo signing, it's funny to me. I think he's supremely talented, but I did a little looking on these Angel Gomez highlights of what he was going on with Boavista. And we basically bought Jallo to replace Angel Gomez because he was lighting up the Portuguese league. So, props to him. I'm glad that he was able to build some confidence and get some eyes on him. But again, with all the transfers and strategies that I say, definitely comes on Ole. I feel like Ole doesn't go into games with a strategy. He relies on talent. So he just wants to put out the most talented 11 that he can and have them figure it out. He'll pick a formation, but once he does, it's stuck. He's like, well, this is the plan for the game. Like, if it don't work out, it don't work out. And you need to really start using your substitutions. If a player isn't performing well, you need to sub him. Put on somebody that's hungry. Put on somebody that's willing to do a little extra, because sometimes, and for a coach at his level, it's crazy to see, but sometimes, yeah, Rashford, like in the Euro final, Rashford, yeah, he's our most talented left winger, but he was injured. So put on a Daniel James, put on a Elanga, and give him that chance, because, yeah, Elanga might not be as talented as Rashford, but he's fresh. And with the effort that he would put, it can give a second boost of energy to your whole team. Now we're going to press more. Now, you know what I mean, we're going to fashion more chances. Bruno can put more balls over the top because this guy's willing to run. You have to use your substitution. You have to use your full squad. You can't, like, having the same 11 is cool, but you have to use your substitutes because they're getting paid and they're supposed to have an impact. So it doesn't matter who we buy. If Ole is there and he's just going to sit there and cock up his leg and look at his iPad, then we ain't going nowhere. You have to make these substitutions. So, again, for me, Ole got to get off the wheel. But with things staying as they are, this is a transfer strategy that I see. Let me know if you have anything different in the comment section below. Again, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you again for all the support. Please follow us on the One Aim IG. You just search One Aim Sports. Peace.